Hello and welcome. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I was recently diagnosed with ADHD at the age of 28. As a result of that diagnosis, I've been doing a lot of self-reflection. One thing that has been a part of me my whole life is my social awkwardness. So how does ADHD contribute to being socially awkward? Aside from the obvious, getting distracted by unrelated thoughts during conversations, there are a lot of other things that come into play. One big thing for me is that I have a hard time remembering names and faces. Now, I don't know if face blindness is an ADHD thing, but it is something I kind of struggle with. It is hard for me to look at two people who kind of look similar and tell the differences between them. I will see an actor in a movie and think that it's this actor, but it turns out it's not that actor, it's someone completely different. But it makes it really awkward in social settings when I see someone in the grocery store and mistake them for someone else. Also, during conversations, when someone else is talking, I will think of something that I really want to say and interrupt that person and blurt it out because I have to get the words out before I forget them. Or I will try really hard to be respectful and I will not interrupt them, but I will think really hard about what I want to say and I'll focus on it so much until they're done talking that I wasn't listening to what they were saying that entire time. Also, my words never seem to come out right. I will have logical and organized thoughts, and then when I try to say them, they get mixed up and I leave things out. And when that person is standing there watching me, waiting for me to get the rest of my thought out, I panic and forget what I was saying. And my thought process moves at lightning speed. It is hard for me to follow the normal pace of a conversation. When it's my turn to talk, I'll often say something that's completely unrelated to what we were talking about because I'm 20 steps ahead in the conversation. And what I just said makes no sense to that other person because that person is not in my head. They can't hear my train of thought and they have no idea how I arrived from here to there. And when I'm not face to face with someone, if I get a text message or an email, I will want to respond right away, but I don't want to come off as too eager. So I will sit on my thought and I'll say I'll reply to this in a little bit. But then a little bit never comes and I either forget what I was going to say or it's way later and it would be awkward now to respond to that message. I will also sometimes make a commitment to someone and then I will either forget about it or lack the executive function required to actually do that thing that I said I would do. I will want to do it. I will know that I need to do it because I said I would, but I just get mentally stuck and can't actually do the thing. And this leads to me feeling really guilty about bailing on that person, thus contributing further to my social awkwardness. And when I'm in a social setting with a lot of people, I don't mind being the quiet person. It is very easy for me to get lost in my own thoughts, and I'm happy getting lost in my own thoughts. It is socially fulfilling to me to be around a bunch of people while I'm being the quiet person. I don't feel a need to be involved in conversation because I've learned my entire life that I'm not good at conversations. And the final thing that I've been really self-evaluating is hyperfocusing. In the past, with friendships or relationships, I have hyper-focused on that person, which comes off as being clingy or needy, and that's not really a good personality trait to have. So even before I was diagnosed with ADHD, I learned to take it back a notch and not put myself out there so much. Give other people tons of space. And it turns out that it's a lot easier to avoid being too much for someone if you just don't pursue friendships or relationships. So that really contributes to social anxiety and social awkwardness because I'm so out of practice. I have my close friends and my family and a few select other people, but I totally avoid socializing because of all these things that I've noticed in the past that it turns out are directly related to my ADHD brain. Please let me know in the comments if you relate to any of this stuff or if there's anything else that you'd like to add. I know I'm not the only one who struggles with ADHD and social awkwardness, or one or the other. And as always, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And it would make me so happy if you could hit the like button on this video and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content from me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you later.
I wish I had the guts to start a conversation with someone. Just be who I am, not care so much about first impression.